Hi, I'm Eric Folks, Instructional Technology Coordinator for Lampasas ISD, and today we're going to talk about how you can create and assign a quiz in Edmodo. First, I'm in as a teacher in one browser, indicated by this profile picture over here, and in another browser I'm in as a student who has joined the group Summer Tech Week using the code that I provided as the teacher, indicated right here. Okay, each group has a group code if you've created it that you can share with your students. All right, so as the teacher, I'm going to go ahead and click on Quiz. Notice I am on that group. I have selected that group right here. So by default, the quiz is going to be easier to assign to this group. But I click on Quiz. If I've got a previously created quiz, I can always load that right here, but I'm going to create one from scratch. And you can see I've got 5 different question types. I can vary these up throughout the quiz. I can also load previous questions that I've created with other quizzes. So the first one I'm going to go with is multiple choice, and I click Add First Question. So I can copy and paste from Microsoft Word into this section up here. I can also add links or items from the library to the question itself, or you'll notice to any of the possible responses as well. So I'm going to include a few different answer choices. And you can see I can even add a link from the library. So this is a item that I've loaded into my library. And I've listed that as the correct answer. I'm going to add one more picture, letter B here, and one more. And this one's in the form of a link. Okay, so I can set the correct answer. Any answer choices over 2 I can remove as well. For my quiz options over here, I can put a description of the quiz. I can choose to randomize the questions and whether or not I want to show the results to the students after they've taken the quiz. Notice also up at the top there's a default time limit of 60 minutes. I could set that to 10 minutes or however long I want, and I can rename my quiz up here. Alright, so once I've created that first question, I'm going to go ahead and leave it at 1 point. I'm going to click the plus to add another question. So you can see now I'm on question number 2. This one we're going to make it true-false. I can also add links and items from the library here as well. I'm going to click plus again to add my next question. This one we're going to make fill in the blank. So I'm going to put in the correct answer down here. And then I'm going to add one more question. This one will make matching. The instructions are already given to them up at the top, but you can clarify if you need to. This is the only tricky question type. So you're going to put in your items and what you want them to match to. Directly across from them. You can add more items if you'd like down there as well. Okay. You can see for each one of these it's worth an additional point. So I've got 3 items to match and it's worth 3 points. So what's nice about this is I can also preview the quiz. If I click on preview, you can see the time limit, total number of questions, and a little notification on the top that says that we're previewing the quiz. So we can go through it just as a student would. So here's my multiple choice question with some links to the images that I included. So if I click on this one, you can see it pops up a big, huge picture of an A. Didn't resize those. Here's a picture of a B. And here's a link to the letter P. So whether it's links or images you've loaded into your library, they have the ability to go to those and see those without creating any problems for the quiz itself. So when they're ready to select an answer, the easiest way is to just click on the letter. And then you can see there's a check mark on the left-hand side to indicate they've taken that question or completed that question. So we click Next and put in our fill in the blank, and next again. And finally here is our matching. So this is the only tricky question type. You're going to drag the items on the right hand side to match those on the left. So I'm going to left click and drag this up, and I'm going to left click and drag this down. And if I've noticed if you put them directly on top, they don't replace them, so you want to put it right next to it, below it, or over it to some degree, and then it will switch it up. So then I'm going to click Save once I've got those all set up, and submit my quiz. Are you sure you want to end this quiz? Yes. And then there's some useful how do you feel about this quiz icons, emoticons at the very end, so students can tell you how they felt about the quiz. If it was tough and challenging, if they felt like you didn't cover that content in class, or whatever the case may be. And then view results. And if you've set the quiz up so that they can see the results, then they're going to see their score in the top right hand side based on the number of points possible, and they can see the correct answer for each one of the questions. And if they did not answer the correct answer, then they will see that indicated there as well. Pretty straightforward. So we're going to end the preview. And I think we're ready to assign our quiz. So in the top right hand side, we're going to click Assign Quiz. And you can see because I was in the Summer Tech Week group, it pre-filled that as who I'm assigning the quiz to. I could always X that out and assign it to an individual student or a different group or whatever the case may be if I wanted to. Under due date, I can say I want them to complete it by a certain time. I can say I want this one to count in the gradebook, and I could send it right now. Or if I wanted to, I could schedule it so that on a particular day or time, let's say it's today at 8 o'clock tonight, if I clicked OK right here, then it would send out the post and let them know about the quiz and have them access the quiz starting at 8 o'clock without me having to be at the computer to do it myself. But so that you can see it assigned to the students, we're going to cancel that out and we're going to send it immediately. And you can see it pulls in the quiz, so I'm going to click Send. And you can see from the teacher to the group, here's the quiz. The description of the quiz shows up as well, when it is due. And so now if I go in to the other browser as the student and refresh the screen, we can see the quiz that has been assigned. So I have the option of clicking on the quiz to take it as the student. And just like in the preview mode, I would go through all those different questions. Pretty straightforward. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to contact me or Lori Ramsey. We'd be more than happy to walk you through it. With the quizzes, you do have the ability to assign a variety of different question types, get a whole bunch of useful data, whether it's for formative or summative assessment. It could be a great tool for your instruction. Appreciate your time.